One day, my daughter said to me, "I can't stay quiet, my mouth wants to talk." And I couldn't wait to hear what came out of it next. We don't spend enough time telling stories or listening to those of the people that shape the world we live in. Here are real stories of the eclectic cast of characters I've collected in my menagerie of weirdos. They're brave just like you, and they deserve to be listened to. I'm Sam Jenny, and this is Everyone's Weird, and So Are You.
Jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber. Hey, weirdos, it's me, Sam, from Everyone's Weird, and So Are You.
And it's me, Ronan, from that place. Over there. Not
But
there. You'll find me. Keep looking. Warmer.
you're getting creepier and creepier the more you dive into this AI stuff. I'm just saying. I have a
Am
short
I diving
message
into the AI?
for people that can see our podcast.
Or does
If
the
you can't
AI
see our
dive
podcast,
into me?
please just forgive us. And please,
It's both.
if you can't see our podcast, just go onto YouTube so you can see the sign that I'm holding up, because it is very pertinent and very real. All right? Okay. Thank you. Okay. We are going to be talking to today Nick Bliss. He's a DJ. He's from my hometown, Kearney, Nebraska. And I'm not super biased by having him on the show because he's actually super phenomenally talented and a really great person. We actually, during this episode, we have a battle where I challenged him to create a mashup of two songs, and we kind of went back and forth on each song and decided on two. And so he has a mashup, I have a mashup. He murdered me in this. Call the police.
And as I recall, I destroyed both of you. So
As I recall, you weren't there, but that's okay.
No, I've definitely got my contribution.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. Ronan, do you have any weird facts for us this week? Like factual facts.
Factual facts?
Factual facts. Yes.
Well, one thing, it's more of kind of a point of interest really than a fact, but you're familiar with the term mansplaining.
No, can you explain that to me? Just kidding.
Well, the term mansplaining
Stop.
is commonly. I wasn't about to define it.
The weird fact of the week. I heard that one time on the street, I heard from somebody that doesn't even know us and is unrelated to this whole entire scenario, that one time Josh paid a hooker to read him a bedtime story, and that's it. And then she left, and she felt better about herself, and then she went on her life, and she became a teller at a bank, and she just completely changed everything. So he completely rehabilitated her, and that's really great for Josh.
Did you know that there is more iron in a single spinach leaf than in all of Scandinavia?
No, that is not factual.
Yeah, no, it's true.
There's tons of iron in spinach.
Spinach is super high in iron. Yeah.
So. But if there's spinach in Scandinavia, that doesn't make any sense.
No, because the iron is in just one leaf of spinach, so it's fine. Yeah, and it's more than all of Scandinavia. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and fact check you with the real fact. I read a real fact. I just glaze over that one and go to Baghdad, Iraq. You know about Baghdad? You want to know about Baghdad? You want to know real bad? It was founded around AD 762. The center of Islamic culture and faith was perhaps the first city to house more than 1 million people. Can I tell you my weird occurrence of the week this week?
Was it that you had way too much caffeine? Because that's coming across.
No, I get really excited about good customer service. Yeah.
Hit me.
So I went to the state fair to watch J.C. Cameron on our show and in one featured episode. Anyway, so I was going to the state fair, and so I pull into the wrong parking lot, and this is like a heavily guarded place. Security's tight, right? And I pull in, and I'm just being me. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I pull in and ask the lady who's running the opening thing and looks really scary. I was like, hey, I just need to find a place to park. Like, I need to get into this stage at this point in time. Like, I have 18 minutes to get there. There's no place to park. I don't want to pay for parking, it's street parking, whatever. She tells me where to go. I don't really know what she told me, honestly. I don't know Grand Island very well, but I park at like probably 4 blocks away of a walk and start running. And I get there really fast. And she was like, holy crap, you made it back really fast. I was like, I was running. And then I was like, can I get in? Where do I pay for admissions? And she was like, you're already in, and stamped my arm, did make me pay for admissions. And then she called on the radio. She radioed somebody to come pick me up, and they like golf carted me over to the stage, which was really far. Like, I would have been 10 minutes late, and I was 10 minutes early instead. So that was really incredible. And on the way out, I accidentally went the wrong way and went like in a restricted area. And I was like climbing through the fence of the restricted area with like my professional camera, my bag, and everything. And like just weaseled my way through the fences. And the people that were on guard there at that checkpoint were like laughing at me the whole time. They're like, we're actually super impressed. So, to the Nebraska State Fair employees, I salute you. You guys are phenomenal. I got to ride to and from the stage. I got to document everything I needed to, and you were all hilarious and amazing. Thank you for that.
What
That
we
was
learned today
weird.
is the secret to cat burglary is have a good attitude, and they'll just let you get away with it.
Did you say cat burglary?
Yes.
Why?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
Good. Where are
Thanks
you
for
located
having
at
me.
today? Yeah, thanks for being here. Super
I'm
happy to
coming
have
to
you.
you from Omaha. Good old Omaha,
Awesome.
Nebraska.
I'm not going to say that I almost puked with excitement after you like got a hold of me on Snapchat that you wanted to be on here, because I was like, I was hoping to get you, but I was like, you're on my list of people to contact, and you contacted me, and I was like, yes. And I was already so stoked because of our cast is amazing, and then you like just iced that cupcake.
That's cool. It looked like fun, so that's why I hit you up.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this will be a fun time.
Super stoked to have you on here.
Well, thank you.
Can you were here with Ronan, who is known as from Galway, Ireland.
That is correct.
And me in Minneapolis. You met in the pre-interview. We're good.
We met.
We're old friends. We're going antiquing at the weekend. It's going to be awesome.
That's true.
I'm psyched. I want him to meet my mother. It's
a little rainy golf we'll throw in there. It'll be fun.
Too soon.
That's the plan. Nice.
Don't scare him away. We're gonna rent a car and drive up the coast. Buy some lumber, figure out how to build a house.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I really want to hit Vermont while the leaves are just turning.
You guys really hit it off, huh? That's great. That's awesome.
We did.
So, Nick, you and I are from the same hometown. I know that you even know my siblings. Could we do a Who's Hotter? Me or Steph?
Let's not start the whole hot sibling jealousy thing, because I will take over this show.
We don't want to be.
I will talk about rivalry. 5 years of
me
torture.
or Derek. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. So you grew up in Kearney, like I did in Nebraska, right?
That is correct. Well, from 7th grade through high school, anyway. So I consider it my hometown.
Before that, where were you before Kearney?
Before that, we moved around a lot. I was actually, I think, 5. We were in Omaha. Before that, we were in some tiny town in Kansas, Lynn, Kansas. After that, it was Auburn, Nebraska, so the Arbor section of the state. And then from there, it was good old Webster County right next to Kansas, another little tiny town called Bladen. And then we moved to the big city of Kearney when I was in 7th grade, I think 92. So
the vast metropolis. Yes.
Exactly.
Was that due like to your parents' jobs, right? Probably.
Yeah, correct.
Teaching.
Both teachers. Yep.
Do they still teach? Are they retired?
They're both freshly retired and going on cruises and stuff now. So
congrats on your cruises. Take me with you. And what level of education do they teach?
They taught mostly like elementary through junior high for the most part.
All right, and it was
A little
what
bit of high school
subject?
here and there, but nothing really above that.
Did they ever teach at the same school?
Oh yes,
Probably not. They did?
definitely.
Oh, they
They
did.
did.
How?
They did.
Like, they do band and choir or something? Because I know it was music.
Yeah, they did that as well as just regular curriculum and everything too. But at like
Oh, sweet.
Zion Lutheran, I think might have been their main gig together. My dad was actually the principal there for a little while, there in Kearney,
Dope. That's really
and
cool.
taught 8th grade. And then my mom, I think she went from like 3rd grade to 4th grade.
Oh,
And then
neat.
they both
That's
were
your
involved.
parents taught music.
Yeah, and they also did, extracurricular music stuff too, like the handbells and the
Awesome.
choir and regular choir.
So
That kind of
strong
stuff.
musical roots there. I'm a very
Yes.
intuitive person, so I'm gonna just I'm looking at you and I'm
That's
seeing
good.
a lot of resentment. I'm seeing a lot of rebellion. I'm gonna say that you want nothing to do with music. Music is the bane of your existence. That's my prediction. I'm locking it in.
Buzzer.
It came a little bit later. I was kind of a late bloomer as far as that goes. Like when my mom sat me down to play piano one day to try. Maybe he'll be into this. Maybe he'll be into this. I wouldn't say until I was like 15 or 16 where I really was like, okay, I love music. I'll get into this. And that's when I started doing choir and picked up guitar and stuff like that. So I was a little bit of a late bloomer. At first, I was like, I don't want to learn this classical piano or this or that and sing Yankee Doodle and do all that. That's not fun. That's not cool to all the other kids. I was more of like a sports kid before all that.
Yankee Doodle's super cool.
Yankee Doodle is cool. That's what I
The
actually
incentive
auditioned
for a
with.
16-year-old boy to pick up a guitar is so strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of the strongest forces out there.
It definitely is. I felt it, and I still love to play it to this day.
Nice. Do you have any siblings, Nick?
I do have 2 younger brothers.
Do they do music too?
One of them is, I think, crying in the background right now.
Yeah. Oh no, that's his baby
Stan.
boy.
Yeah. So sorry about that.
That's okay. Stanley,
what's his?
Yeah, we
I
might
have to be
Stanley.
mobile for a second here. Get him a treat.
That's okay.
Oh,
get
here we go.
Get him one of his green beans.
Oh, nice.
Which are his favorite food.
He loves the green beans.
Are they fresh or canned?
They're canned. Either one he loves.
I'm with you, Stan.
Nice.
That's so cute.
He likes them with onions.
How old is he again? Is he pretty
12.
old? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get you a quick shot with him real quick. Hey,
Stanley.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, handsome man. Where's the handsome boy?
Beautiful.
Oh, give
Not
him
so
all
quiet,
the green
but
beans.
handsome.
All of them. I'm going to send him some green beans. And you said with onions? He likes them with
He
onions?
would love
I'll send
it.
him those too. Okay. I will take the onions from Ronan, who hates them, and send them to Stanley. Do your brothers, are they musical too? Do they play anything or sing or anything like that?
Not really. They're more the sports guys. They never really recovered from the whole sports fetish deal. But they've both totally been, supportive of me being the music guy amongst all the siblings in the family. So,
Yes.
so we all get along great.
They didn't go to like sports fetish rehab or anything like that?
Sometimes I wish they would, for real.
Whoa. We don't kink shame here, Sam. We don't kink shame.
That
Whatever you're into.
Good point, Ronan.
Some guys just like balls, and that's their prerogative.
That's true. That's true.
That's cool.
Are they oblong or like are they cylindrical? Are they? I don't understand.
All shapes and sizes and colors of balls are welcome.
Depends on the season, the old color of the balls.
That's great. So because of your parents, do you think that's where you got it? You think it was in your DNA, or were you inspired by them, like watching them?
There were outside influences too, outside the family, but yeah, definitely through them, it was, I feel like it was in the DNA a little bit.
We're going to bury the lead on what you actually do for a second, all right? So don't even tell me what you do. Don't tell us what you do, but what are your biggest influences in music to do what you do?
I guess I could use like DJ Shadow as an example. he was basically the first artist that I heard. And he said when he created it, Introducing was the name of the album that really got me into DJing. And I was so intrigued by it. So it was all these different records that he used, mixed, put together, arranged into, create something totally different. And prior to that, I'd never heard or known anything like that before, which was like, my intro into like sampling. It's a tree with all these different branches of different music that I don't think I would have ever wanted to explore or even heard before. I'll use that as that was a real jump starter for me as far as, wanting to get into DJing. And then
Oh, okay. That's what you do.
Lead
That's what I did.
unmarried.
So
I was like, is he play the harpsichord or like the dulcimer? I'm not sure yet. Recorder? Oh, yeah. He's a DJ. All right.
yeah, I remember playing the recorder. That was fun. But hot cross buns wasn't exactly a big influence for me.
No. Weird. That's strange. What are your biggest influences outside of music that influence you to do what you do with DJing?
I would say nature. A lot of it comes from, just going on long walks, kind of listening to that melody in your head, listening to the birds. I don't want to get too cuckoo, but I love going on walks. I go to Memorial Park and back whenever the weather's good, as much as I can. And those are where I kind of gain like inspiration as to, well, what do I want to work with tonight, or what am I going to mix this time, or this might catch my eye, or this might trigger an idea for me.
The nature of nature. I like it.
The nature of
and nature-related accessories. Yeah,
absolutely.
The natural nature of nature. So are you single? Like no kids, nothing like that? Just you and Stanley?
I have a son. I'm not married. My son actually lives in North Platte. His name's Elliot. Shout out to Elliot.
Oh.
He'll probably see this.
What up, Elliot?
He turned 16 in March. He's getting close to being graduated from high school there. So he's a good egg. I love him. Yeah, and I'm, currently single, not really looking to date. I'm just kind of existing right now, but
back off,
that's how I like it.
Stay away. That was my next question. Do you think that maybe like the nature of having a day job, which I'm pretty sure you have, and then also DJing, does that prohibit you from like pursuing relationships because you're so busy and you have such a drive towards your passion?
It's kind of awkward. I'll admit that. I've had other friends that have said the same thing. They're like, some weeks it's hard. I barely see my girl. I'm out for 3-4 nights a week, and on the weekends I'm always booked too. So it's hard when you work a regular 5-day week. Then you get to the weekend and your girl wants, let's go out, let's do this. Oh, well, we can do this, but tonight I've got this thing, I've got this gig. So it's a little bit of an inhibitor, but if you can find a special someone that gets on board with that, I would say you could make it work. But it's definitely it's a deterrent sometimes. It makes it tough.
Feel that. What is your day job, by the way?
I work for a local HVAC company, and I drive a route for them. I'm a service tech. So basically,
you're
most of the day,
HVAC certified? Like you do it? You actually like put on the suit and like the hazmat stuff?
Yeah, I got a suit. You got a van. It's great. I'm pretty much my own boss all day, so I like that aspect of it.
Have you been affected by mesothelioma? If so, contact. Just kidding.
I have not. But if you got that 1-800 number handy, I'll keep it for the future. Who knows? Might happen. I might get Legionnaires or something weird.
Just like watch Judge Judy someday. I'm sure the commercial will come on. It's fine. Not a big deal.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I don't doubt it.
You have quite the following in Kearney, which is how I think that I picked up on you. I did not realize you were my siblings' age. I thought you were closer to mine. But I know that whenever you come to town, I have a lot of friends that are like, Nick Bliss is in town. Let's go. Let's go.
But yeah, I didn't really know that about Kearney at all. So
yeah,
shout out to all the people that have been like, hey, we're going to see Bliss tonight. That's fun. I DJ'd there I started DJing there at the Roman back in those days. I don't know if you remember the Roman.
Oh, the Roman on the corner of Railroad and Central. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So when that place was going, that's kind of when I first started going out there. And
I need to know this, and I want you to be completely honest with me, okay? interwebs, Pinky promise, be honest with me on this, okay? I need to see it. Give it Pinky out. What is your favorite guilty pleasure song?
Oh, Sexy Back, JT.
Oh.
That's not necessarily a bad song. I mean, everybody loves that song, but it's definitely it's
How
a
often do you jam
go-to.
out to it?
I don't know, probably a weekly basis. I would guess at least some point I'd listen to it.
Nice. Nice.
I had a friend that walked into a job interview with that song going on one time, so I think that kind of solidified the moment where it was like, all right, this is a jam.
I'm getting this job. So, what's your favorite like performance you've ever been to for somebody else, like concert performance, DJ, whatever, band, whatever?
When I lived in Texas, I saw the Who. That was amazing.
Oh.
So that was seeing
Is
like, the epitome of rock and roll in your face. Pete Townsend doing the everything. I wanted to cry. It was great.
Did you
So
cry?
that's probably number one. I didn't cry. I cheered a lot. I lost my voice, and we had
Oh.
nosebleed seats. And I just remember this group of people in front of us that were yelling, "Magic Bus! Play Magic Bus!" the whole time. They never played Magic Bus, and I wasn't mad about it. But I love the Who.
That's great.
Got to see them. Let's see, who else have I seen? Counting Crows opened for them, which was weird because Adam Duritz had just he was in Amsterdam for like a year right before that. Nobody really knew what happened to him. He ate a bunch of food, smoked a bunch of weed, then he came back and he's like, "I'm gonna open for the Who now." So that was cool. Counting Crows, that was a good set. I saw Jurassic 5, Dilated Peoples, and the Beat Junkies, famous turntable crew in Austin at Stubbs Barbecue. I think that was 2000. That kind of inspired me to even more want to be a DJ. That show right there, that was amazing.
That sounds very hip.
Oh, it was super hip. I'm also a huge fan of Charlie Crockett. I'm about to see him for the 7th time in June. He's king of Texas. He's like the new up-and-coming George Strait, going to be a legend someday. He's friends with Willie Nelson, done a bunch of shows with him. I've met him. Good egg. Super nice guy. He'll make you feel like $1 million. Yeah, that's about all I can cite for examples right now. I've seen too many shows, but yeah, I love going to shows.
Who is your favorite that you've ever collaborated with, like worked with, like artist-wise?
All present company excluded, I would say Keaton Hoffman is a great DJ, musician, lives in Lincoln. He's actually originally from Minden, so shout out to Keaton. He goes by DJ Flycuts. So we're working on getting some shows together again, but we've played a few before and they've always been a blast. So back when I would play at like Buffalo Records downtown, shout out to Buffalo Records too. I love those cats.
Yeah.
Rex, Bryce.
You guys are the best.
Buffalo.
Love you guys.
The best. Rex and Bryce. They're the best.
So he would drop in and start to do like his sets there when he first started off. And then recently, well, he moved to Lincoln a couple years ago, and like he would DJ for like the Husker basketball games and the volleyball games this past year. So he's like getting big, super big, very well respected. He plays for a lot of MCs and plays with other DJs too, but good egg, that kid. And he's probably the most talented DJ that I know of that, that I actually get to work with. So I'll cite Keaton for the example on that one.
Nice. It's got the most omega-3 fatty acids. He's a good egg.
Good egg. Omega-3. Shout out to Omega-3.
Shout out to omega-3.
Easily my favorite Omega. And it's hard to pull off a second sequel, but they did it.
They did it. How many trilogies can you say where the third one was the best? I can't think of any.
Lord of the Rings.
Especially The Godfather.
Ooh, debatable.
Bears
it is
beat
Two
debatable.
Towers.
Battlestar.
Two Towers was pretty spectacular.
Then you get the Star
dark.
Wars people that'll tell you Return of the Jedi too, but
but they're obviously wrong because Empire exists. So
Empire, exactly.
Questions do I have about Nebraska that weren't answered 13 years ago? Ooh, okay. That is a tough one.
Willa Cather, O Pioneers.
Also, the guy that does the Blacklist is from Kearney. The guy that wrote and directed the show The Blacklist, right? You know what I'm talking
I've
about?
heard that.
The
I
show?
can't think of the guy's name.
I can't think of his name either, but shout out
Is
to that
Thomas
guy.
Jane in that?
No, it's hold on a second. I know. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's John Bokenkamp.
Oh no, but like Thomas Jane is the actor in that,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
He's one of the main guys.
Bokenkamp.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay,
like have you
so-
been to the World Theater since they redid it?
You heard it here first.
Because they had like I think they opened it with his show, I'm pretty sure. Have you been there? When was the last time you were back in town?
I can't even remember the last time I was back in town. It's been a while.
You're coming back this summer though, right?
I will be back this summer.
I do have a question
Sure.
for Nick. As a professional DJ, as someone who has played again and again and again, what has made it onto your own personal professional do not playlist? What song, what track, what artist are you just done with? What's
Ooh,
off the decks?
that's a toughie. There's really nobody on that list that I'll get those people once in a while that are like, play Slayer, and stuff like that. And I'm just like, this is not exactly my niche to play, hard, heavy metal. But I have played like Metallica before and mixed it. So I'm not saying that's out of the realm of anything, but just stuff that's just out of left field like that. Like, and I don't want to dog on anybody, so I don't want to be like, oh, I'll never play Drake or I'll never play Kanye or I'll never play this. I kind of separate what people
But those
do.
are the names that came to mind.
Well, they popped in there, yeah, because I would say they're more commonly set aside for different DJs or whoever else is playing. But so you won't hear me play any of those names I just dropped a lot, but I mean, I will play them. It just depends on how much someone's paying me for a request there, but yeah.
Nice.
So not too interesting with anything there. I'm kind of open to everything, really, but nothing
Great.
just too
Don't
outlandish.
Stop Believing.
Like,
Journey. Go.
yeah, that's got to be a right time and a right place thing for me, right scenario.
Yeah.
But I will play it if that's a go-to. Everybody loves it. Everyone will start singing. Usually, people are a little bit, sipping back on the old cough medicine there, but I'll play something like that
Where
where
do
I know
they serve
everyone's going to be like,
cough
let's go crazy. He's playing this. But yeah, I kind of like to keep it.
Nice.
What I really like to do is play stuff that's like kind of left of center, like stuff that I think you'll like that you maybe have never heard before. And I kind of try and stay with that. But I'll sprinkle in the stuff that people know, just to gain, their trust that way. But I like going down that path that's kind of, hidden and go that way.
I like that.
Introduce. Like the last time I played a set, it was actually weird. It was in a friend of mine's basement. I haven't played a basement party in like 15 years. But we did one, and there was like 50 people that came in and out. And a guy the next day was talking to me about it. And I didn't even see him throughout this party. He was like, at one point, he's like, I kind of had to leave the crowd. And he's like, and I started making a playlist and just Shazamming what you were playing so I could make a playlist on Spotify later. And I was like, wow, that's wild. He's like, I didn't know a lot of this music you were playing, and I just had to know it. So he's like, I made this playlist as you were playing. And I took that as a huge compliment. I'm like, well, that's great. That's 100% the goal I'm looking at to see. Not to say that people weren't enjoying themselves otherwise, but that was a huge compliment for someone to be like, I had to know this music that you were playing. And he, made a playlist and the whole thing with it. So that's kind of what I like to look for there is going down that road to reach people.
That's really collaborative too. That's really cool that you're inspiring people to look up what you think sounds good, and then you're boosting that artist too. I think that we all as musicians need to be extremely collaborative because
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I've always found that.
We talked about this before COVID. Like we first of all, being a musician or a DJ or whatever in our industry, we are extremely. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. We're extremely underappreciated and underpaid.
That's true.
But
Very
COVID
true.
made it so much worse, didn't it?
Oh,
Because
it
we had
did.
to have like home shows and like wear masks even in your own home to like broadcast over Facebook, which was kind of cool because we got more of like a digital following, but still for you
Yeah.
especially, probably in your genre, like of DJing, like it probably hit you even harder.
Oh, it was tough. It was very tough
What'd you do in that
because
time?
basically just kind of worked in the studio, just kept practicing, kept the chops up, and just kept my fingers crossed for the best. And then once you saw like venues were closing, and it's just like a new, kick to the butt every day. It seemed like, and I missed it so much because I love going out there, and that's part of it is like interacting with the crowd. It's a party, it's a good time, and then just all of a sudden, with the swoop of a hat, it was all gone. And I tried to stream a couple sets, but it just didn't feel the same. I still collaborated with a couple different DJs and a couple different musicians around that time too, just to keep the energy alive somehow. But yeah, the COVID time was definitely tough.
Yep. I'm glad to see everybody getting, and it seems like it kind of revved up after we got out of it. Kind of like it now people are like really excited to get out there. Are you experiencing an influx
Absolutely.
in like gigs? Are you like, in bookings and stuff like that?
Yeah. Um, I kind of take it easy during the winter and just kind of work on, more like my own personal instrumentals and, what I want to do creatively, like outside of just playing tracks and DJing. Um, but yeah, I've definitely noticed more of an outreach since then as far as like, people. Stan, you got to stop, man. Please, buddy.
He's
He's making
okay.
me want to cry.
We love you, Stan. I know it's so sad, but he's so sweet. Do you sing?
I do sing.
Is
Like I said, I was in choir with your sister. I'm not the
Yeah.
greatest singer at all, but it
You
was
sing as well as
actually,
Stanley?
yeah, we should sing a duet together. It was actually during
Yeah.
COVID that I started. I never like playing guitar, like ever learned to play rhythm and sing at the same time. So that's one of the things at COVID. I was like, I had a friend of mine that's also a DJ. He also plays guitar. Um, and he suggested that to me. He's like, you should get a guitar. He's like, you have a good voice. You can sing. You could teach yourself something in the meantime to kind of ease the pain of being without work. He's like, that's what I did. It was great for me. It was like therapy. So that's what I did. I went and bought a Martin guitar and then just kind of learned some songs on my own, some covers, started singing. So that was a little, you know, kind of some therapy for me during I guess it was the later end of COVID.
That's awesome. I'm going to
And
challenge you to show me that sometime, just so you know, just for future reference. I
Okay.
learned how to throw knives during COVID.
Well, that's cool.
I'm a ninja now, so watch out.
ninjas should always advertise that they're ninjas. That's
it's not breaking any ninja code there at all.
I don't know the
just
code. I just
putting
learned
it
how to
out
throw
there
knives.
online.
It's fine. Do you feel like you get treated differently as a musician, as a DJ, than instrumentalists do?
Yeah, that's kind of weird that you bring that up. I feel like a lot of people think of DJs as like jukeboxes.
Hmm.
And that's weird in the respect that I don't think a lot of people think of DJs as musicians. I think they're just known as like just kind of like I said, like jukeboxes.
But what are
Because
you
you're
really
not
doing?
like with musicians, you're not going to see people go up and well, I mean you will, but it's weird to have people go right up to a DJ booth while you're on a stage. They'll go on a stage, approach the stage like you're not supposed to at a show, and say, "Here, if you could play this for me, you got to play this song or you got to play that." I don't think there's any musicians out there that have people just coming up onto a stage on a regular basis and getting in someone's ear and saying, "Hey, you got to play this song."
Not in our ears, no.
So it's like it's disrespectful. It's like
Yeah.
heckling at a comedy show, that's the way I think of it. But you kind of sign up for that when you take on the DJ gig as opposed to being a musician in a band or whatever. But
I hate when people don't follow proper DJing etiquette. It's like the rules were laid down very clearly.
We should
Okay,
put the
absolutely.
proper DJ.
no
would think-
moshing beyond the first 15 feet.
Yeah.
No whispering in the DJ's ear.
Right. No leaving drinks on
beach
your
balls.
speakers or
Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
it's amazing.
seriously? That's awful. Wow, that's terrible.
And then you get people too that are like, "Oh, can you take my purse? Can you take my coat? Can you put it behind the stage behind you or whatever?" And I'm like, "What?
Holy
What
crap,
am I? What am I like a maitre d now, or what? What is this?"
Shout out
That
to
kind
Maitre
of
D's.
stuff.
Shout out to
Maitre
Major
D's.
D's. What's up? Okay, you remember
Um,
what you said to me when I called you, or I called you, or you called me in the car, and I was like, I say that all the time. Do you remember what that was that you do? Like your main goal with what you do? You provide the emotional backdrop, right? Yeah.
I don't. Did I say that? I might have said
You
that. Sounds
you
like
did.
something I
You
would
said
say.
that. And I was like,
An
that's what I say
emotional
all the
backdrop.
time.
An
Yeah.
emotional
Yeah.
backdrop. It's what it
That's
is.
an artist. That's an artist. Right there. That's all I'm saying. What kind of equipment do you use?
2 turntables and a microphone.
Got 2
Yeah, I
turntables
got
on a microphone.
that. And then, of course, I've integrated the laptop with Serato so I can be, technically sound. I love the Serato. I used to be that DJ that was hauling around at the Roman days at the garage before it became the other side. I was that guy hauling around 8 crates of records and just kind of making up my set as I went along, which I've heard a lot of people say they miss that, but my back doesn't miss that at all. So when
So you don't
Serato
use
came
records
around,
anymore?
no, I still do. I always bring at least 1 crate of records with me in case technology fails, because I've been in a situation. I've been in a situation twice where technology did fail, so I had to go straight, analog and go to the records. But as you might know, Serato emulates vinyl, so you're literally playing 2 records. Everything's already there in the laptop and the hard drive for you as far as tracks to play. And
Shout out to
there are some
Serato.
people out there that think it's cheating, but it's really not. You've got to go in there, you got to find the tracks, you got to set your cue points, you got to, there's a lot of work involved into building a library, even just on a laptop. So
I think if
and then,
people are looking at it as something you can cheat at, then they're, not
they're in there
listening
for
to the
the wrong
goddamn
reason.
music. Like,
Absolutely.
be there, experience something.
You're
I'm
just
not
in it for the novelty at that point.
I'm not gonna pretend to know, like, yours is an artistry, but I was a wedding DJ for a while, and we did
that's
have to
cool.
have the analog backup of having CDs just in case. And they did this shout out to Complete Music and Carney. We had to
Oh, yeah.
we had a rapid fire is what they called it, where they haze you and they throw, like, you have to change a song every 30 seconds, and you have to use CDs, like analog mode, like you have to actually find the song,
So it's
play
like
it, and then they also have people hazing you, like they act out like, kids like puking or like people spilling drinks or just like being rude or whatever. It was like I said, rapid fire hazy, but it actually taught you a lot about having to like actually deal with if your technology fails, which we know a lot about on this show. So yeah.
Sorry, Sam, I don't know if there was some audio interference there, but I did just hear the sound of 10,000 hipsters crying out in pain as you referred to CDs as analog. So sorry about that.
Sorry about your 8 tracks, bro. Do you still get stage fright? Ever? Like when you're performing?
Generally, no, but it kind of depends on the gig. Like I played a blues festival a few years ago down here by the river, and there was like 3,000 people there.
Oh.
But it was a big, well-known R&B artist that was there from the early 90s, well-known from that era. And his band did a sound check for 2 hours. Now, this is a festival. So by the time I got onto the stage, I was opening this whole festival, and there was about 3,000 angry people in the crowd that already wanted their money back. They were chanting, "This sucks." And I go up there and I did my thing for about 30 minutes, and I feel like it like calmed the crowd. It was
That's
weird.
intimidating.
But
That's
I was
super scary.
nervous as hell going to do that gig right there because I'm like, everyone's pissed off. And I got other people that were about to play after me. They're saying, good luck up there. This might be a tough one for you. Just making me feel even worse. And I'm like, just block that out. Just get through this. It'll be fine. You're not going to get murdered. There's security here. It'll be okay. You're not going to bomb. So that's kind of what happened. And after it was all done, I'd never felt more relieved in my life. So it was like that level of tension level 5. It almost made it better when it was done.
It's always great when you have to talk yourself down from you're not going to get murdered into any situation.
Yeah, that's never a good situation.
That's the ceiling on how bad this can go. So
when I say tension level 5, that's where you're at there. And may get murdered here.
It only
So,
goes up to 5, right? I think probably. Is that 5? Is that
everyone's
like the
5
pain
is
scale?
different, though.
Okay, got it. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
Got
think it can be.
So, taking the failure to adhere to standard DJing etiquette, could you kind of boil down what you get from the two experiences, DJing and your instrumental performances? Like, what does each one give you that the other maybe doesn't?
That's a very good question. I would say, as experienced I am with DJing, you can kind of, and it all depends on experience. I would say for me, myself personally, I can create, what I'm exploring for to create like the atmosphere that we're talking about. But as far as like
Sorry.
performing like in a band or like, playing a bass, you're kind of there with a group. If you're performing with other people on stage, it's not necessarily up to just you. But when you're a DJ, you kind of take the reins of just riding that horse yourself. But when you're with a band in a setting, you have your instrument, you're kind of standing behind, you're playing guitar. And if you're singing, that's all you got. But with DJing, you can, I feel like the palette's even open more. And so that's
Nice.
kind of the difference there. So you can create, if one aesthetic isn't working, this style of this slow funk that I'm doing, I need to turn it up. You can do that. You can't necessarily do that. It all depends on your repertoire as a musician. So for me personally, I feel like I can go deeper. I have more options as far as DJing goes than I would per se me playing in a band. So
Nice.
that's just my personal perspective on it. But
Yeah, we had an artist actually from Omaha as well on earlier. He's our first episode this season, but he said
oh,
that
cool.
being the front man, his name is Jails John from Virgin Mary Pistol Grip. We love you, Jails. Anyway, sorry, I
I'll
had
have to
to
check them
elongate
out.
that one more time. But he did say that being the front man is like being a quarterback. If everyone loves you, it's on you. If they hate you, it's also on you. And that's
Yeah,
how, right?
the risk reward is there. There's a lot more, to that, according to what your friend said there. Yeah,
That's
I
why I
agree
hate
with that.
front manning anything. Yeah, I like to be an auxiliary musician and just stand behind and decorate everything and not have all that pressure on me. So, yeah. That's why I
Yeah,
play,
let's.
the
Yeah.
violin, whatever, all the auxiliary music or
That's why I stick
instruments.
to the triangles.
That's why he sticks to the triangle. I play
That's a
the
good gig.
penny whistle.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Noah, I want to talk about there was one time. Do you need to get Stanley?
Yeah, he's going crazy again. It's
Yeah,
making
you
me
can go
like,
get him. It's okay.
what a
His
dork.
cry is breaking my heart.
So Nick, I assume you're familiar with the massively successful Nebraska tourism campaign that states Nebraska, it's not for everyone, which I interpreted as being massively xenophobic. But what do you think? What's your stance on Nebraska? What is it about Nebraska that's just, you know what? It's an acquired taste, but that's okay.
I think it falls into the
It's not
line
for
of
you.
there's that state slogan that's I've seen on a T-shirt before. It's uh, Missouri loves company. It's kind of along those lines
Nice.
for me. So it's if you hear that, you're like, well, Nebraska sucks, but there's a lot of cool stuff here. We got the cranes.
The flag
Everybody
behind you.
loves. Yeah, there we go.
Huskers.
There we go. So
Go Big
I
Red.
think the xenophobic thing. I think it's right. Like, come on,
It's
people
not
love
for
Nebraska.
you. Stay out of here.
It's
Show
really
me
not for
something
anyone,
that you
but it's
will like in Nebraska. Runza, come on.
yeah.
Or it's
I
like an exclusive thing. Like, hey, it's not for everyone, but if you...
But come over here and check
do
this
you know
We
Runza
about
don't
out.
just let
Check
anyone
this
in
Runza
here.
out. I never get
Exactly.
you a Runza. Oh, I failed you. It's like the most Irish tasting food in Nebraska. Dang it. And it's really
so
popular.
It's
It's really
boiled
good.
nothing?
No, we do it better. We do. It's
Well,
boiled
then it's
nothing.
not Irish. Sorry.
It's-
If it's got a
it's
certain level of
travel.
quality, it's not authentically Irish food. Sorry.
That's great.
There's
so
cabbage
terrible.
in it.
There is. That's the point.
Yeah, I hate cabbage. I really do.
So
I'm the
we
worst
would have-
Irish person. I
So
am.
Runza's not for you.
I have an agenda, and it is to challenge you to a mashup, segue into that whole ideal is that one time on Snapchat, I don't think we'd ever even spoken before. And I think I just like put a snap out of me playing Walkin' in Memphis by Mark Hahn. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And you were like, I challenge you to mash up Walkin' in Memphis with or How I Got to Memphis. Sorry. By
That's how I
who
got
was
to
that guy?
Memphis.
Who
Tom
is that?
T. Hall.
It's a super old country standard. And then, so I took those two songs and I also added I Took a Walk by Passion Pit and Submarine by the Lumineers and named it I Took a Submarine, but then I decided to take a walk, and that's how I got to Memphis, and I'm walking there.
It was fantastic. You threw in, I challenged you, then you brought more to the challenge and then successfully executed it.
Thank you. I still play that all the time. But I want to challenge you to mash up. So we're going to pick some songs, like two, 3 songs, whatever you want. You can throw whatever on, and we'll challenge each other and just.
That's great.
Does that sound good?
That sounds perfect.
Or let's go get ready to do that then.
All right.
Okay. Ronan, you too. Get your triangle ready.
I wanna be the very best around. Nothing's ever gonna keep you down. You're the best around, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land. Try to be best, cause you're only a man, and a man's gotta learn to take it. Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it. Teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside karate.
I'm just passing time during the feud. I like to, converge forces instead of oppose. Much better.
I love that. That's great.
Collab, yeah. It's collab mentality. Keep it fun. Keep it weird. I mean,
I don't really know what we're doing, but I'm going to go first because I invited you to this duel. I feel like that was the right way to go. That was a polite way to go. So I'll go first, and then we'll cut to you and see how much you lose.
Okay. Should be fun.
TBD.
I could very well lose bad, but it's going to be fun either way. That's the point.
This is great. I love this. You introduced this to my life after all, so. All right, here goes nothing. No, I'll just focus. It's okay. Wake up, kids, we got the dreamer's disease. Age 14, got you down on your knees. So polite, busy still saying please. Frenemies to when you ain't got a friend. Every night we smash a Mercedes Benz. First we run and then we laugh till we cry. One more time. One more time. One more time. Don't give up, got the music in you. Dance left, the world is gonna pull through. Don't give up, you got the reason to live. Can't forget, you only get what you get. One more time. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, keep on dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, keep on dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah. One more time, you win, probably go ahead. High five across the. Just. Yep. High five.
I think it was a good battle.
Huh? High five. High five. Up, up. Just put it up. Got it. Got it. I'm Sam Jenny.
And I'm Carl Pilkington III. Pleasure to have met you on this fine day.
Okay. Stay weird.
And always keep a wish in your pocket, because you never know.
Never know what.
Well, if we knew that, Sam.
Then we would know.
Never start a sentence that you don't intend.
I'm sad and I'm happy all at the same time. I feel like two colors mixed into gray. My dreams like the stars shining so bright. I feel like my life has been a long fight. It's hard for me to cope with my mind. I sit and I stare till my eyes go dry. I need an addiction so I can hide. I need an excuse